Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's HB Great group. Obviously, I'm not Fiona McCarthy, but Fiona McCarthy has asked me to host tonight's call, which is great. Well done, everybody who has made it into week 7. So we're just about to hit week 7 with a bang, and I can't believe we've only got a week more left. It's a bit crazy. So tonight we've got two speakers who are going to share a bit about their stories and some golden nuggets with us. And so we're just going to head straight into it. Let's go straight to Area Manager Megan Bryson.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on this call. I'm really excited. I think I do have a couple tips, but obviously this group has been amazing to be a part of. You know, I love the energy. I always think it's a great idea to get out of your comfort zone and really give your business a big push every once in a while and just kind of run with it while you can. And then, you know, when things naturally take a dip, to reassess. But you know, you've got to have that point again where you really start going for it. So as Carlann said, my name is Meg Bryson. I am by title an executive area manager, but in reality, I'm one of those that have dropped down. So I think my story, some of the tidbits about my story I think revolve around just don't give up. I mean, because I'm persevering no matter what. So basically I joined about 3 years ago. I'm sponsored by Laura Leggett. We met in the gym, and you know, it was probably a good handful of months later that we actually chatted a bit, and I asked her why she had gone away the weekend, and I assumed it was just for her birthday, but she told me it was with her business as well. And I was a bit like, okay, thought you were just, you know, a single mom working in the creche, but it made me pay attention right away because I was looking for something to get my hands into. And with 4 small kids, I knew what I didn't want to do, but I still didn't know what I wanted to do. So as soon as she started talking, I paid attention and I started asking tons of questions because if it had anything to do with going away and doing block training, I couldn't do it. So she gave me the Don Falo book, the Own Your Life. I think it's now called the 45-second presentation. And without even knowing the company was Arbonne, I was in. Like, I had no idea what the product was. She said consumer good. I thought she was talking about toilet paper. Like, honestly, I was like, toilet paper at a discount. Well, I like a discount, and I'm sure, like, so does everyone else. Like, I'm sure I could sell toilet paper. Like, I had no idea. So the next day when she said, you know, what it was, I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Like, I'll make it work. So I was in. I didn't have blessing from my husband. He said that I couldn't do it, and I did it anyway. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that as a good start to your business, but you know, I just saw it as something that I can do, and I could build, you know, at my own pace around the kids, around my other commitments. And I was in. So here I am 3 years later. My journey has been, you know, had the ups and downs that everyone does. When I joined, I knew that I wasn't going to be a runner. I knew that I was going to be just taking it as it comes and slowly building. And I have done just that. I got to district manager without a team. I was just looking back, I think it was actually around 9 months. I think my completion period was actually over 4 months, not 3. But anyway, I just kind of built on a client basis. And then right when I was coming out of Grace, like, Carrie Wesley joined my team, which was amazing. So that was kind of what helped to sustain me because I finally had that strong leg. And, you know, from there, just, you know, my team did grow, my central grew. But like anyone else, like pretty much as soon as I got to area, because I had an okay central at that point. And Carrie obviously was gunning for area. So I completed 2 months before she did. And then my team quit. So pretty much as soon as Carrie promoted was when they officially kind of said, you know, and I was like, that's fine. You know, this happens. I see it happen. I've watched the trainings. I know this happens. And I didn't let it necessarily mentally affect me. There was no chance that I was ever giving up. I just thought, all right, no big deal. Like, I might drop back down, but I ran with it while I could, and I've gotten here, and I'm going to enjoy the paychecks. And in my mind, like the way I was going to do it was just continue to expose people to the products like I had in the past, and hope that, you know, it was my way to then expose people to the business. I have gone through periods of leading with the business. I've gone through with leading with the products. I've gone through of leading with both at the same time. So I just pivot when things aren't start to tail, you know, off, then I pivot and lead with something else or combine or whatever. That's the way that I've always done it. So yeah, I led again with the products for a while, you know, hoping that I would get that business builder. Still, you know, putting myself in place to meet people all the time. Like I network through my children basically, because, you know, after school, like we're activity until it's their bedtime. So that's the way that I, you know, really have success with building my business, is networking through the children and their activities. So, you know, and I have had some new business builders join, but not ended up being consumers and not business builders. So, you know, you just do what you can when you can. And just, I think the way that right now, and partly from this group and partly from just exposures, like even from the last year, I've just signed a new consultant, and he had a consultant join right away. Now, he was someone that I spoke to last year. So I spoke to him before the summer, and I continued to follow up with him. He said that he was interested, he wanted to join, but that point wasn't the right time. So I just kept every once in a while speaking to him, revisiting, just being like, hey, how you doing? Is now the right time? No, it's still not the right time. It turned out the right time was when he had spoken to someone that was going to be, you know, one of his legs. And, you know, that's brilliant. So he came to me, you know, just over the last kids' half term and said, I'm ready. Let's meet. I was like, brilliant. So it's one of those testaments to a no is a no for now. Always keep following up, and never just, you know, discount the no's. And that's something we hear all the time, isn't it? It's just a no for now. They're going to watch you. They're going to see how things pan out in their own lives, and they're going to go for it when the time is right. So that's been brilliant. And so, yeah, one of the things that this time I'm going to do, because in the past I do limit myself because I don't have support from my husband, and that's something that I battle, but I still stand my ground. But usually when I sponsor someone, I just focus on them, and I just think, right, for now, like, this is what I got to focus on. I am still continuing to message people, and not forgetting that I need to continue to expose people to the business. So, you know, I'm just going to continue on with, with building my central, and I'm going to try this time, not just putting all my energy into the new consultants. So yeah, that's one of my things. And I think that's from my past, that's really important. When you have a new consultant, you have to keep doing the do. You know, it's not just about giving them, you know, 100% support. You have to try and do the 50-50, 50% support, 50% still building. Obviously it helps them see that you are still building, because obviously we're duplicating. We want them to do what we're doing. So continue to expose, but also show your support and do what you can for the new team members. A couple other really important nuggets that I would say is just not to forget how fantastic this company is. I mean, we have the best products in the world. Never be ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed of the prices. It's just our job to show the value in this business, in these products. You know, we are so lucky. I've been watching the Truth About Cancer. I don't know if anyone else has seen that. Like, I'm obsessed right now. I can't even believe some of the information on there. And maybe I'm gullible, maybe I'm naive, but it's right in line with what we're doing. So that makes me really proud. So have pride in what we're doing. Don't be afraid to share it. Never quit. I mean, that is half the battle, isn't it? You know, we hear it all the time. You know, the people at the top, the only difference is that they didn't quit. Well, I mean, there's a lot to it, isn't there? But you know, just never take never quit, because you never know what's around the corner. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this business represents my independence. Like, this is what I'm in control of. I decide how much effort I'm putting into it. I decide, where, my energy is going, and I decide who I invite to take a look at it. So it's just that part of me that is too important to ever give up. So, that's one of my driving forces. It's more of the why than I realized it was. Now, 3 years later, I'm realizing it. It's not just about getting my hands into something. It's not about the challenge. It's me. This is the best version of me. This is what I was like before, meeting my husband and having my kids, like the happy, energetic, wanting to help people me. And so that is something that completely drives me. So find that why and hold on to it. And tap into trainings. I mean, I am one of those people that I cannot get to everything. I wish I could. I cannot, for many reasons. But I will tap into every training that I possibly can. Probably not in person, but I will watch every recording that I can get my hands on, and then some. People that I've never even heard of still, I'm like, they just pop up on YouTube, and I'm like, they come in after someone that we do know, and it's just like, nope, I'm going to listen to this. I know I will get something from it. And you do. No matter how many times you can hear something about a follow-up, you hear someone else talk about the follow-up, and then you get something new from them, So don't be that person that can't get there, but then not do anything about it. Rewatching recordings is huge. So yes, it's hard to get to everything, but we have control over what we then follow up with and do. Watch the recordings. That's huge. Obviously, use the products. I'm going to stop talking now because I'm sure I'm going over time. I don't know where we are, but that's so important. When I started this business, I was only running with the business. I was using the products, but I didn't buy in bulk. So I was literally like just replacing 4 products a month to do my 150. Once I got to that 4th or 5th month and I started having enough products where I could see the results, it was like, oh my gosh, this just validates what we're doing, like perfect business, perfect products. So use those products. People will notice. That belief has a sound so true. Use the products and you will be able to speak about this business so much more confidently. So I think I'll stop there. But thank you.
Thank you so much, Meg. I've never heard your story before, and just that kind of, and your journey, and your journey is really, really relatable. Really relatable. I know there's lots of people that have been in the business that are in the 8 to Be Great group that have been in for quite a long time. So I'll be signing. I was trying to work it out for my 3rd year this year in April, and have experienced some of the roller coasters you do. And I think like your key message about not giving up and not quitting is so like poignant, because it's just like you said, that you attracted that new consultant, that that new leg that's just created itself, that's just happened because your pendulum's swinging your way again. And just well done for not quitting, honestly, because grit will get you to the top. And what you were saying about keep doing the do, and when you sponsor someone, about it being 50% you continuing your personal business and 50% teaching someone else how to do their personal business, because that's the duplication. And I definitely know that that's something where I've slipped up at in the past as well. I've kind of given my all to consultants and I've let my personal business slide, and then I've only focused on my personal business and my consultants aside. So finding that balance it's a skill when we learn it. Some people know how to do it quicker than others. So that was really interesting. I could actually listen to you a lot longer. So I look forward to hearing you train at some point, because I really relate to that. So next up we have Sally, and Sally is a district manager, and Sally had a baby on Tuesday. And I can't believe that Sally is stepped in last minute for Jade this evening to share with us a little bit about her journey and some golden nuggets. So massive, massive congratulations to you, Sally, because honestly, you are showing us not only is it snowing outside, and not only have you had a baby, but you are still rocking up, and I love that. So like huge like mum love. That's so cool. So over to you to share your journey and your story.
Fab. Well, I started about a year ago now on my Arbonne journey. If I'm honest, I just kind of knew that social marketing was where I wanted to go, so I just jumped straight in, not probably like everyone else, not really knowing what was going to happen. Kind of went out, did a lot of product parties, got to district manager very quickly, took a consultant on, started building, and as always, it kind of comes to that brick wall or that sticking point, or, you know, everything falls away or things just stop and you start feeling negative about things. And, you know, because someone said a bad comment, like maybe about the price, like Megan was saying, or something like that. And you're a bit like, oh God, you start panicking. So I kind of withdrew from, you know, doing the do, so to speak, and thinking, oh God, maybe this isn't for me. I did a little bit. I describe it as I had my toe in the water. I've had my toe in the water for the last year. And it wasn't till, not when I found out I was pregnant, but it was more when it was coming more to the point of giving birth. I was like, something's got to change. I've got to do something. I don't know, like, I wanted more, but I didn't know what more I wanted. So I kind of went back over everyone who had bought a product and, everyone that had a product, and got in touch and actually thought, I get 75 emails from different companies a day, like, hi, there's 75% off, or hi, you've just visited our store, give us some feedback. And I was like, I'm a business. And I think that was the stepping point. I needed to realise that I was a business, and I needed to realise that I was an online business, and I was doing a lot of, not saying that going out face to face isn't, you know, good or anything like that, but I needed to find something for myself that I could find manageable, and kind of like how it managed this week, really. So I messaged absolutely everybody. People didn't respond, so I even went back again and just said, hi, I just want to know how you're getting on. Any feedback is appreciated, just to start the conversation again. And then I built up, that started the conversation where I could say, am I okay to add you into my online group? So I did the Facebook online group, and started doing that. But then I took, you know, really to the Instagram in the last 3.5 weeks, I think. I've started using the story because I think what I was getting worried about is that when you're posting things on your social media and it's not liked or people don't comment, you start feeling negative, where the story aspect, I don't know if people know what I'm on about, but the story aspect is obviously people have to click on it to watch it. So I started posting every single day, getting people involved, like putting a poll on there where they could vote yes or no, or things like that, all to do with Arbonne. Because I thought, if you know all my story is going to be about Arbonne, if you're not interested, you won't watch it. And now I still have 3.5 weeks on, between 150 to over 200 views on really.
Right.
Right, sorry.
It might be my
end. So yeah, so for me, that's what's kept me going, basically. Right up to the day before I went into labour. I went into labour Tuesday morning. I was meeting people. Well, I was doing it all online. So I was saying, right, I'll Zoom you. Instead of doing obviously we like the face-to-face. I was like, okay, I'll Zoom you. And I was just Zooming from my house. And I have been really housebound for, you know, the last 2 weeks, which is not me at all. And yeah, so I went into labour Tuesday morning, and you know, people were messaging me going, oh my God, I know it's probably the last thing on your mind, but can I order that cleanser? So that's why Tuesday, like Wednesday morning, I was like, yeah, boom, I've got, you know, targets to hit and stuff like that. And I just really have felt that I've now got an online business, and I'm loving it. And for me, that is my key nuggets at the moment. Like, totally agree with Megan. Don't ever give up. You just need to find what works for you. So try everything, fail forward, and you know, just ask for advice at all times. Like this 8 for Great group has been amazing. It's the first time that when someone says I haven't got time, their messages in the last week or so, I'm just like, yeah, that's great, you know, say, you know, totally understand, you know, the best people are the motivated people that always want to work. Do you want to just check out the video and give me some feedback? And everyone's gone, yeah. And I've never had that. And honestly, just keep going, keep failing forward, and 110% just roll with it. And like for me now, I don't feel bad messaging people because I think you're still watching me 3.5 weeks down when you know all I'm posting about is Arbonne, so you're clearly interested. And I don't feel that negative, okay, I'm going to press send, go, and hope that they've not read it, and you don't want to check, and you don't want to, you know. So yeah, that for me has really been the key nuggets, and it's just completely turned around. And like I said, I think obviously giving birth and looking at my little daughter now, I'm just like, I don't want to go back to work, you know. I want to do the both. I want to be successful, but I want to be with her. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Oh, thank you again so much, Sally, for sharing your journey so far. And I think it's really nice that you've been able to demonstrate how this business can be done online. I think we see like going to parties and healthy happy hours, and that's great. If you've got the time and the resources and the ability and the vehicles and, you know, to go and do that, that is an amazing way to grow your business. But we are an online business too, and I think, you know, it's so key to hear from the people that are showing you just how you can run it online. And the fact that you've managed to maintain your business and grow it to the point where you're still taking messages as you're going into labour just shows your commitment to your business. And I think you're incredibly inspiring, and certainly somebody that I would say to like some of my consultants, you really need to like speak to Sally, because she can show you how to do it. So again, thank you so much for jumping on and chatting to us today. So there isn't any homework. I haven't been asked to do anything, so I think it's just a case of let's see this through to the end now. We haven't got that long, but now we've developed a habit. For me, this week, even though it snowed, I thought I would find it harder to reach out to people. But just like what Sally was saying, it's an online business and I've had access to my phone. So I might not have physically seen so many people, but I've connected with them on Facebook. And it just became a habit. Suddenly we're at Sunday and I wasn't like, oh no, I haven't done 8. I was like, oh, it's Sunday. Let me go back and just count how many people I have done. And because it's becoming a habit, so just keep going. I think everyone's doing amazingly. So 8 pages of your book, keep talking to your 8 people, and we shall see everybody back next week. So I'll see you all later and enjoy your 8 o'clock calls. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
You're welcome.